Why United Way? My answer to why United Way has changed and evolved as I traveled along this road called life. I've been involved in one capacity or another with many United Way Elgin Middlesex programs and helped many friends and workers to find the supports and resources that they needed through our partner agencies. My journey with United Way and my first why dates back way to my own childhood. As a 14-year-old, I often found myself teetering warily between good and bad choices, often flirting with the bad ones. I was constantly angry at the world. It was then, when I needed it most, that I found the Boys and Girls Club. For me, it wasn't a building, it was a space. The space I needed. The space to meet and talk to other kids that were feeling like I did. Space to think, and space to figure out who I was. I learned that it was okay to be me, and I grew to like the skin I was in, something I carry to this day. Fast forward down the road of life to present day. I wake up every day to a wonderful husband, a job I love, and an amazing community that I'm proud to call home. I have 2 amazing kids, and I feel miles away from those uncertain and strained moments of my childhood, and I often think of the big role that the Boys and Girls Club had in making it possible. Still, a couple years back, I found myself in need of support once again, this time for my kiddo. When my youngest son was beginning the 6th grade, he started complaining of stomach pains in the morning before boarding the school bus, and after months of arguments, many tears and frustration caused by sore tummies, missed buses, and a mom that was perpetually late for morning meetings, everything collapsed into one of the most terrifying moments I've faced as a mom. Brody had been taken to the hospital. He was throwing up blood. Countless tests, scans, and appointments later, Brody's dad and I found ourselves trying to navigate the next steps, desperately trying to decide whether or not to embark on more invasive tests. It was then that a young intern suggested that Brody's symptoms could be a result of anxiety. So we veered down a different path, one of mindfulness and holistic healing. Brody received support from a handful of local agencies that helped him develop strategies to cope with his anxiety and find peace in a loud and distressed 14-year-old mind. However, just before Christmas, the road for Brody became impassable. He stopped being able to cope, and he had little success finding any calm in his thoughts. He couldn't get on the bus, and he started to express an exhaustion and an all-encompassing hopelessness and ever feeling better. As a mom, this was extremely hard. Our search continued, and luckily, because of the work I do connecting workers with United Way funded programs and services, navigating the system was fairly comfortable for me. I had all the tools I needed to help for my kiddo. However, as navigating and searching continued, what I discovered was that there is many gaps to service in our community. Brody was almost 14 and was aging out of many programs and still far too young for others. Where we lived meant that he only qualified for services in Elgin County, and while the county has some amazing new programs in development, many of those don't have the funding or resources they needed to be up and running yet. We are able to find some helpful supports for Brody, but we're still on numerous infuriating waiting lists. As a mother, and one who understands intimately the subsystem of social and mental health supports in our community, this experience forces me to reflect on what the journey must be like for so many parents who aren't as fortunate as we are. Today, my why is not about the programs United Way already funds, but rather about the ongoing and collaborative work United Way does to fill the gaps in social services. In doing so, kids like my Brody will have the timely and necessary supports to learn and cope, to learn to navigate their sometimes unpredictable, tired, and beautiful minds. My why is about community advocating for programs that our kids need so that other kids won't have to go through what my son did. Thank you.